Are you ready?
Yeah! Yeet! Woo! Finally!
What's going on, everyone? For WrestleTrivia, I'm your host, Kevin J. Callis.
Yeah.
And you're watching episode 57 of Wrestling Jeopardy, the ultimate interactive game show where you're the contestant.
Now can you dig that, sucker?
And with that, let's go to the board now and check out the categories that you'll be quizzed on, starting with The Rock Says, followed by a category suggestion by Scott Decker 9115, who made this suggestion like 6 months ago during my first live stream. My bad, I apologize, finally got to it. His suggestion was Madison Square Garden. Our third category, food and drink. Our fourth category is mascots. And our fifth category, which is always the member category of the week. And I'm responding to you trolls out there who basically called me a WWE shill channel, that I shouldn't call it Wrestling Jeopardy. It should be called WWE Jeopardy, because I never ask any questions about other organizations or promotions. Well, I let the members of this channel decide what topic they wanted from these choices: AEW trivia, New Japan trivia, or Ring of Honor trivia. And the tribe has spoken with 2/3 of the vote. Our fifth category is going to be Ring of Honor trivia. And that's how it means it's time for the 200-point Jobber round. This is the easiest round in Wrestling Jeopardy. So let's jump right in and begin with this clue from The Rock Says. The Great One's Choice Vernacular lives on as the program title of this second longest running weekly episodic television program in history. Conceived as a one-time special back in 1999, it was so well received by the millions of fans that it became its own weekly show. What is SmackDown?
Of course, jabronis.
On to MSG for 200. Nestled within the towering skyline of this metropolis, Madison Square Garden is an iconic arena that has witnessed the evolution of professional wrestling. What is New York City?
New York City!
Get a rope.
Moving on to food and drink now for 200. You had a 141 2/3% chance of gastric distress after eating at the Shoney's in Ackworth, Georgia, that was owned by this big bad booty daddy. Now, unfortunately, this restaurant had to close due to the negative impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. However, Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner still hopes someday to open up a new sports bar in its place.
Best smoothies in town.
That's right!
Here comes mascots for the first time. Pete Rose disguised himself as this legendary mascot at WrestleMania 15 in 1999. Seeking revenge against the Big Red Machine Kane for embarrassing him at the prior year's WrestleMania, baseball's all-time hit king donned the famous San Diego chicken costume, but his gamble didn't pay off and Rose was tombstoned once again. And let's finish off the job around with this clue from Ring of Honor. The bitter rivalry between El Generico and this wrestler helped define Ring of Honor in the early 2010s. On behalf of all Wrestling Jeopardy viewers, as well as myself, wishing a speedy recovery to the prize fighter, who is Kevin Owens, aka Kevin Steen. 1 round down, 4 to go. Make sure you hit that like button if you went 5 for 5 in the jobber round. We begin the 400-point round now with The Rock Says. In the build to WrestleMania 23's Battle of the Billionaires, The Rock said this wrestler's name in Samoan meant shriveled up monkey penis. Now, as funny as that is, it's not true, because umaga roughly translates to the end and comes from the painful process of tattooing the abdomen in accordance with Samoan tradition.
I know what your name means, and it's not anything to do with the monkey.
Here comes Madison Square Garden for the second time. On September 22nd, 1997, the first ever Monday Night Raw at MSG saw the surprise WWE debut of this wrestler against Hunter Hearst Helmsley in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Bang Bang, who is Cactus Jack?
It's Mr. Bang Bang.
Here comes food and drink for the second time. No wrestling tour of Japan is complete without dining at this legendary steakhouse, famous for their highly sought-after satin jackets. For more than 40 years, wrestlers have made the pilgrimage to the tiny eatery in downtown Tokyo called the Ribera Steakhouse. Here comes mascots for 400. In late 2010, Jack Swagger randomly began being accompanied by a giant eagle mascot, appropriately referred to by this name. The All-American American's feathered friend was called Swagger Soaring Eagle. And we got a bonus question for you, worth another 400 points. What former cruiserweight champion portrayed the Swagger Soaring Eagle? Fittingly, it must run in the family because his uncle Hector was the OG gobbledygooker.
I don't know. They got a pair of legs like my mother-in-law, pal.
Who is Chavo Guerrero. And let's finish up the 400-point round with some more Ring of Honor trivia. In 2022, Bryan Danielson, Samoa Joe, CM Punk, and this brother tag team were announced as the inaugural class to be inducted into the ROH Hall of Fame. The pride of Sandy Fork, by God, Delaware, who are Jay and Mark, the Briscoes. All right, 10 questions down, 15 to go, plus the daily double and final Jeopardy. Here comes the 600-point clue from The Rock Says. Well, that was quick. I wasn't expecting that so early, but we'll take it. The daily double is here. The category, The Rock Says. If you smell what I'm cooking, place your wager now. All right, time is up, jabronis. Here is this episode's Daily Double clue. Ahead of Armageddon 2000, The Rock delivered an all-time classic promo, ripping all of his Hell in a Cell opponents to shreds. Name The Rock's 5 opponents. Who were your Olympic hero, Kurt Angle?
I'm gonna drink a big glass of milk.
That thong-wearing fatty of a cousin, Rikishi?
I did it for The Rock.
The Undertaker? Triple H.
He's gotta beat the game.
And the Texas Rattlesnake, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
'Cause the great one said so.
Here comes another clue about the Mecca for 6. Much has been said over the years about this infamous incident that occurred between Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Kevin Nash, and Scott Hall at an MSG house show on May 19th, 1996. What is the curtain call? And so much has been said about the curtain call that I even wrote a little song about it. And they were singing bye, Diesel and the bad guy, seeing the click again and kissing made old Vinnie Mac cry. Poor Trips took the brunt while Hall and Nash said goodbye, singing this'll be the day that kayfabe died. This'll be the day kayfabe died. Alrighty, here comes the halfway point of the game with food and drink for 600. The Squared Circle in Chicago was a wrestling-focused sports bar and restaurant owned by this former WWE TNA wrestler and her husband. Who is Victoria Tara? Her real name is Lisa Marie Varon. Here comes mascots for the 3rd time. Logan Paul recently revealed he offered this WWE legend $1 million to wear the Prime Hydration mascot costume at WrestleMania 41. This legend said, "Oh, hell no." So he took his ATV and basically ran it into the ringside barricade. Who is Stone Cold Steve Austin? And let's finish off the 600-point round with more Ring of Honor. ROH distinguished itself from other promotions through this set of rules that dictated how wrestlers should conduct themselves during matches. What is the Code of Honor? Now, I hope you're abiding by the WrestleTrivia Code of Honor and not cheating.
I'd say that's an accurate statement.
Here comes the first clue of the 800-point round. Returning to WWE in 2011, The Rock said that even this musical icon could see John Cena if he was blindfolded, sleeping, and stuck in a basement. Just before delivering his iconic Fruity Pebbles line, The Rock joked that even Stevie Wonder could see Cena and his colorful t-shirt collection. On to MSG for 800. Bruno Sammartino and Ivan Koloff's intense rivalry throughout the 1970s resulted in this special stipulation match happening for the first time ever in Madison Square Garden history. On December 15, 1975, the Living Legend and the Russian Bear were locked inside a solid steel cage, the first ever cage match in the history of MSG. Here comes food and drink for 800. The Nature Boy Ric Flair used to say he'd be partying all night long at the Marriott in downtown Baltimore, but nowadays the go-to spot in Charm City for wrestlers and wrestling fans alike is this famous seafood restaurant. And you can see me there at every one of their trivia nights. Best crab cakes in the world! What is Jimmy's famous seafood? On to mascots for 800. This former member of the Elite once had two mascots, Bernard the business bear and a drug-free bear named Barry. To quote this wrestler, the creative freedom he was allowed here just went over the line a little bit there. Who is the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes? And here comes your final clue before the 1,000-point round main event from Ring of Honor. The main event of the first ROH show was a triple threat match featuring Bryan Danielson, Christopher Daniels, and this inaugural Ring of Honor champion. Low-key banger of a match. The correct answer is low-key. And we've reached the most difficult round in Wrestling Jeopardy. This is the 1,000-point round.
Really hard.
If you think you're a die-hard wrestling aficionado, these 5 questions are guaranteed to put your knowledge to the test.
And it doesn't matter, Kevin, what you call it.
Let's begin with our final clue from The Rock Says. Fill in the blank from this quote from WrestleMania 30. We got Batista, King Kong Bundy, Shawn Michaels, and blank. If they fought the 3 of us, we'd stick our boots right up their anus. Now, I admit it's a shameful thing trying to figure out the name of a wrestler that rhymes with anus. But the correct answer, who is Sheamus?
Tell me you didn't just say that, sucker!
Here comes MSG for 1,000. This 2019 Super Show was the first wrestling event held at MSG by a promotion not owned by the McMahon family since 1960. Co-produced by Ring of Honor and New Japan was the G1 Supercard. Here comes food and drink for the final time. Housed inside the Excalibur Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada, this restaurant boasted such menu items as the Booker T-Bone, the Big Sexy Porterhouse, and the Gold Burger. Sadly, it was only open for 16 months, but the WCW Nitro Grill was where the big boys ate. On to mascots for the final time, and we have a visual clue for you. Who dis? Yes, kids, this was the official mascot for World Championship Wrestling from 1995 to 1999. Who was Wildcat Willie? Get it? Wildcat Willie? WCW? Get it?
Tell me you didn't just say that, sucker!
And the final clue on the board before Final Jeopardy brings us to Ring of Honor. At the aforementioned 2019 G1 Supercard, this wrestler defeated both Jay Lethal and Marty Scurll in a three-way ladder match to win his first Ring of Honor world title. And in doing so, he became the second Ring of Honor Grand Slam champion. Who is Matt Taven? Whew. And another bonus question. It's the gift that keeps on giving this episode. I don't get it, but here you go for another 1,000 points. Who is the first Ring of Honor Grand Slam champion? Who is the fallen angel Christopher Daniels? All right, 25 clues are down. 27 clues are down. One to go to determine if you will become the Ultimate Wrestling Trivia Champion for this episode. The Final Jeopardy category is May the 4th be with you. All right, time is up. Here comes this episode's Final Jeopardy clue. What wrestling move did Sasha Banks, aka Mercedes Moné, bust out against Boba Fett in the Season 2 finale of the Disney Plus series The Mandalorian? Was it A, a chokeslam, B, a dropkick, C, a facebuster, or D, a tornado DDT? Good luck. Playing the character of Casca Reeves, Mercedes proved to be a major force in the Star Wars universe as she blasted the most feared bounty hunter in the galaxy with a tornado DDT. And that does it for another episode of Wrestling Jeopardy. Thanks so much for watching. My name is Kevin J. Callis.
Yeah!
And I'll see you next time.